Hey there guys, Cote here, and it has been a few days since I last posted. I've just been super busy, I'm getting dumped with schoolwork, I've got tons of projects and assignments that I gotta hand in, but I'm still making the effort to get a few videos out to you. There's going to be a link in the description to a PokeMoshPitBeta video that I did, that just got uploaded today, and yeah, so if you want to check that out, that would be super cool. And there's also going to be a link there for the other two videos that I've got on PokeMoshPitBeta, just in case you've missed those and you want to get your Cote fix. Whatever. I have a double header here, all NU against a guy named... the first one's against a guy named Devil, so he's from the Xerxes at, and he's got a Venomoth lead. I've got Cradily. His Sleep Powder missed, which sucks, but it really just allows me to get Stealth Rocks, and Cradily is who I want to sleep anyways. So Cradily takes a nap, and I'm going to go into Articuno because I'm not really sure what he wants to do, and I'm pretty sure he's a special attacker. He sets up Toxic Spikes, however, and I'm like, oh crap, that's going to totally ruin my plan. My plan is to Toxic Stall things. And if he's got Spikes up, I only have one Flyer, and I don't have a Poison type to absorb it, so I'm just going to sub, and he hits me with a Psychic, which doesn't even break my sub, which is pretty freaking awesome. So I stay in and hit him with that Ice Beam, and he's going to hit me with another Psychic here. And I go for Toxic, because I thought he'd switch to try and salvage this thing, but I guess not. It misses anyway. I'm not really sure if that thing's even Poison type. I'm not sure how it blends the Poison, Flying, Psychic, and Bug types. And here I should have went for a sub. He gets a critical hit, Psychic, which doesn't matter. I should have went for subs because I knew that I could definitely take the hit. And then I still have a sub out for whatever he sent in, but meh. Doesn't really matter. In comes Magmortar, so I'm deathly afraid of HP Ice, but I kind of have to switch. I go to Gastrodon, I get my Toxic, and that really stings because Gastrodon, I don't want him Toxic. He used Hidden Power against my Articuno, and that just made my heart stop because I was like, no way he predicted that, but then it was neutral, so I was like, okay, that's fine. He's going to withdraw here and go into his Muck. I went for Toxic, predicting a switch. I didn't predict it into Muck, and that is an awesome play by him. So here he goes for a Toxic, I guess predicting my switch to Articuno because he still needs to use Toxic on Articuno because Articuno is unaffected by Toxic Spikes. So that's a good thought by him. But I just went into my Espeon because I'm going to try and scare him away with the Psychic, which I actually do not carry. This is my special Espeon, which only has Shadow Ball for an attacking move. It has Baton Pass, Calm Mind, and Substitute. And I'm going to go right for that sub right away, or I'm going to go right for a Calm Mind, I apologize, and I'm going to go for a sub right here, as he sets up a Trick Room, and that Trick Room is going to mean that I'm only going to be able to get up the one Calm Mind. I'd like to have more than one. I'd like to have at least two, if I'm going to Baton Pass into my Ampharos, because Ampharos, it has max defense and max HP, so and it has Heal Bell and then 3 attacks, so it really needs a couple Calm Minds, not just one. I wasn't positive if I'd be able to live with over 100 points after the poison and leftovers of this turn, so I just decided better not risk it, just go for one, because I've been burned a few times just trying to be too greedy. So in comes Ampharos, and I could hit him with a T-Bolt, I could do a lot of things, I could heal Bell, which would be awesome, but I know S-Toss is going to hurt quite a bit more than I want it to, so I just went for T-Bolt, trying to scare him away. And that T-Bolt actually does very well, considering it's a wall. I guess he's mostly physical. And right here I'm going to go for the Heal Bell because I do not want the Toxic damage to rack up. And this Ampharos it's working perfectly so far. So it's just going to depend what he sends in, and it turns out to be a Nidoqueen. I guess he was predicting the second Thunderbolt, so he went to a ground type to dodge it, which is a good thought. And I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Ice because that's my only real move that's effective against it. Focus Blast isn't going to do anything. And I wish this Hidden Power was Grass. I just haven't gotten around to fixing it yet. So the Ice is going to hurt it a lot. He just goes for Toxic again because I guess he doesn't really have a special Sponge to really deal with it. I guess he doesn't carry Licky Licky, which I have Focus Blast for anyways, so meh. And he gets the Toxic on me again, and there goes the Trick Room, so he's going to be faster again. And I just went for Heal Bell as he sets up Stealth Rocks, trying to cripple my Articuno. That's a good thought process, but I don't really think that Articuno is too useful anymore, because he does have 2 poison types. And Articuno's main idea is to Toxic things and then Just get rid of them. So he goes for a Suicide Toxic, and I'm going to hit him with Hidden Power. Even after 2 turns of lefties, I'm fairly confident that that would KO, and it actually turns out to. So that's awesome. So Ampharos is in here looking something fierce. Not really sure what all he's got left. He has 4 guys. He has Hitmonchan, that's right. This is really, really lame. He goes for an agility, trying to set up on me, like, because I think he thinks he can KO me in one shot. I'm not sure if Hitmonchan can learn Earthquake, and even then, I'm not even sure an Earthquake would kill me, because I am max defense and max HP. Nevertheless, I get a gay little crit there, and that definitely sucks for him, because that would have saved whatever he sends in now, because he'd already have a hit on me. And I'm going to be able to hit this Magmortar with a Thunderbolt, and that's going to be enough to finish it off after it is +1. And after this, he doesn't really have a whole lot left. I'm definitely in the driver's seat here. I think I'm up 6-2. So things could not be going better. This NU team is definitely working to perfection in this game. I would have liked one more Calm Mind. Maybe I could have killed that Nidoqueen in one shot if I had 3 Calm Minds. I'm not sure, but whatever. It worked well. It did what it was supposed to do, and Ampharos is just going to bite the dust here, and I still could potentially lose, because I'm not really sure what I can do to take out this Muk, especially if it has Rest. If it has Rest, I could be screwed. However, he's going to withdraw, which tells me he doesn't have a lot going on, and I'm going to go for the Crab Hammer, which, even though it's Stab and I'm max attack, I'm jolly max speed Scarfed. He manages to survive with like a sliver of health, but no matter, I'm faster, so the second one's going to finish it off. Barring a miss, I didn't even know until after this battle that Crab Hammer was 85 accuracy. I thought it was 90. So it kind of scares me that this thing is as apt to miss as Fire Blast, and Fire Blast misses a lot. So his Muk manages to live with like a tiny little bit of health again. And his Poison Jab, it takes me out, it takes me down, and then the Toxic, I managed to live that as well. He manages to sneak me, actually, which I wasn't expecting, and even though my Kingler's defenses is like base 40, I managed to survive the Stab, Poison Jab, and then the Shadow Sneak. So that's a good game. Devil, yeah, you just kind of got unlucky with that crit on Hitmonchan. But, you know, I think I would have been okay anyway. I still had Gastrodon, I still had Cradily, although it was asleep, and I still had Articuno. So I think I would have been okay in the end anyways. So we're moving right on to this second battle in this doubleheader, my kind of comeback of sorts. And this one's against LikeTehTubez. It's also NU. It's using the exact same team. I've been practicing a lot in NU because I'm trying to get better at it to beat Pinobi, but now I've decided I'm probably just going to focus on the new RU tier from Smogon. So, anyways, he's got a Seviper and I've got a Cradily, again, because that's what I'm always going to lead with. And he tricks me a Choice Band, which is kind of strange, because Cradily can actually benefit from the Choice Band, especially now that rocks are up. But whatever, I just switch into Articuno before he gets rocks up of any kind. I know Seviper can't do it, but somebody else could. I take the Poison Jab quite well. I'm afraid of the Poison, but because it does have a 30% chance to actually just give me regular Poison, but that's just residual damage, and I'd rather have regular Poison than Toxic, so I'm not too afraid of that. I'm just going for Ice Beams, and I'm going to Roost here, because I know I could live this one, but then not anything else after that. And the Roost is actually going to put me up at very good HP, and I'm going to hit him with another Ice Beam, trying to kill him. I'm not sure if he's going to switch out, but even if he does, he's going to take a Stab Ice Beam with whatever he wants to bring in, and that is always awesome. So he does switch out, and he goes into his Zangoose. This Zangoose actually it is a huge threat to my team, so this crit here makes me feel kind of bad, because it could have done a lot of things. It could have killed my Articuno. I'm not sure what moves it had. I'm not sure what item it had, but it definitely could have stopped me from doing a few things that I do later on. So in comes his Zard. Obviously Articuno doesn't want to stick around for a Fire Blast, but I don't really want to go to Gastrodon because I'm kind of afraid of HP Grass. He, however, just goes for Roost, and then he's going to Peace Out, and he's going to go into Gardevoir, and he's going to trace my no ability. And this is where we kind of lulled at the fact that this was kind of the Battle of Miss Salves, my no ability on Gastrodon, and his Charizard actually has no special attack when it should be maxed, which that is actually going to come into play later, and that actually becomes a big deal. He gets a burn on me, and I Toxic'd him on the switch, actually. So I'm going to go for a stockpile, because I'm actually glad he burned me. I'd be more afraid of the Toxic, because Toxic, like, it'll eventually kill you no matter what, but burn, I can kind of work around. I go for another stockpile as he brings in this Xatu. So I'm not really sure what Xatu wants to do. It obviously could start Calm Minding up, which is what I think he's going to do since he's not too threatened by Gastrodon. So I'm actually going to switch out here and go into my Espeon, because Espeon can match it Calm Mind for Calm Mind. And because his Zangoose is gone, it's probably Scarfed. Because Zangoose is gone, I'm going to be able to set up Calm Minds. I set up a sub first because I thought, well, I'm not sure if a Heat Wave will take it out, even if it is +1, because that thing kind of, it doesn't have that great special attack, but apparently it's good enough. It was unstab, because I resist his stab, so whatever. I'm going to go for a Calm Mind, just to boost my special defense a little bit, and hopefully I should be able to take a Heat Wave fairly well, which I actually do. I was surprised. I was actually happy. I'm actually thinking of making this Espeon a bit bulkier. I'm not really sure if I should value speed or bulk, but whatever's. He's going to go for another Calm Mind as I go for a Calm Mind. So we're both at +2 here. So I've matched him Calm Mind for Calm Mind so far. So I figure if he wants to go max, I'll go max. I actually asked him in the chat. He said no, I don't do that. So he actually goes for a Heat Wave here, and because I actually have a +1 boost advantage on it right there, it's not going to do very much. So now I'm thinking, okay, great. I'll go for one more Calm Mind because he does have pretty good special defense too. So if I'm going to kill it with Ampharos, I'm going to want the extra one. Unfortunately for me, he's going to get a freaking lucky ass crit right there. So that totally makes up, that more than makes up for my crit on his what's it called, Zangoose, a few turns ago. Because now I'm kind of screwed. I'm forced to go into a physical attacker that can hit it with a super effective move, and it doesn't quite take it out. I was kind of hoping for flinch, but I didn't get it. And I just lost my Scarfer now, thanks to that stupid crit that he got, but meh. I got a crit too, so I can't really argue. And I go to Gastrodon now, because, not Gastrodon, this Cradily, because it's the only thing that'll take a hit. I went for Stone Edge, just in case he stayed in, because I don't think a Seed Bomb would have killed it. Even though it is Choice Banded, it is resisted, but I'm really kicking myself, because if I had gone for Seed Bomb, I probably could have killed the Sandslash within 2 hits, and then he wouldn't have been able to Rapid Spin, depending on who was faster. And he does Rapid Spin away the rocks, which is going to infinitely help his Charizard, and he goes to Survivor, I guess, as fodder against my Articuno. And he's going to hit me with Poison Jab. It's going to break my sub that I had set up on his switch, and I'm just going to Ice Beam him just to finish him off, just to get rid of it, because that thing is annoying as hell. So Charizard, his Charizard's all set up to come in. The rocks are gone. He's got the type advantage. So I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'm gonna stay in just for one hit, kind of as fodder for Articuno. Unfortunately for me, his Charizard needs glasses, and it misses. So I'm predicting another Fire Blast to come. So I'm just going to go to Gastrodon, and his Charizard actually needs to go to the eye doctor. He needs to get some new contacts or whatever. It misses again, which is awesome for me. Unfortunately, however, he's going to go for Hidden Power Grass, and that should take me out because he is Life Orbed. However, because he doesn't have any special attack, which he should, I'm actually managed to survive. So that second miss with the Fire Blast actually turns out to be massive, because that lets me get a Toxic off, and I'm still going to die on this turn, so I can bring in something else, and that definitely makes me happy. So I did lose my Scarfer, however, so he is going to probably get up a Roost, which he does. I kind of predicted that Roost, so I went for Focus Blast because I knew his Flying type would be gone. However, I'm going to kick myself for that in a minute, because A, Focus Blast could have missed, and B, Thunderbolt turns out to actually do more, which that would have been freaking helpful, because he is actually going to manage to live after the Toxic with about 8 hit points or so, so that really stinks. I should have went for T-Bolt the first time, but man, what can you do? He's going to hit me with Fire Blast, but because he doesn't have any special attack, I should be able to live, even though I don't have any special defense, because this thing is it's meant to take a few Calm Minds. However, I wasn't able to do that. And I'm just going to hit him with T-Bolts, and that is going to finish him off. So Ampharos is almost dead. I'm definitely in kind of a hole here. He goes into Sand Slash here, and obviously the Stealth Rocks are coming. So I'm just going to hit him with HP Ice, and that's going to do more than half, which is awesome. So right here, I'm thinking, well, he's got Stealth Rocks up now, so I gotta take a chance. I gotta risk switching into Articuno now, hoping that he Earthquakes, predicting me to stay in, because Earthquake would finish off Ampharos. But I go to Articuno, and thankfully for me, that prediction it pays off. I'm going to dodge the EQ, and I'm going to be able to be faster and get up a roost. He stays in for some reason and goes for a Night Slash. If I was him, I would have switched out into Xatu and set up Calm Minds, but you know, I'm not him. I don't know what his thought process was. And god damn it, this battle's really long. I'm just realizing that now. This part 2 of the doubleheader is like twice as long, so we're just going to keep soldiering on through here because we are not weak. So I could Ice Beam and finish him off, or I could sub because the sub would probably live. I really wish I kind of wish I subbed, but doesn't really matter. This Gardevoir is going to take this Ice Beam and not take it the way that I want it to take it. In fact, it takes very little, which I hope that it would do a lot of damage because that's how you win Pokemon battles. He's getting down there. The Toxic that I got on him earlier is definitely helping. That's definitely a huge deal. I just go for another Ice Beam because I'm not really sure what he wants to do. I probably should have subbed again because he could have T-Bolt, I'm not sure. But I see the Wish there and I see his lefties, so I'm assuming he's probably the standard support one. And right here, oh my god, that really pissed me off. I was predicting him to Protect to heal up his Gardevoir. However, he dupes me here and he actually switches into Xatu, so that is going to complicate things immensely. For the simple fact that if I had Ice Beam there like I should have, this thing would be dead. And now he's going to start setting out Calm Minds in my face, and that is not good at all. So Ice Beam isn't going to do very much after 2 Calm Minds, so I'm going to go for Toxic here because I'm definitely going to. I might be able to stall this thing if I can. I'm not sure. Substitute. I'm not sure how many hits I can take with Articuno. I could potentially sub down every turn, and that would be 4 extra turns of Toxic that he'd have to get. Plus, he'd have to Calm Mind. He still has to Calm Mind up quite a bit. However, he turns out to have an awesome Xatu set, and I'll get into that in a second. The Ice Beam does a little bit more than I expected, considering he has 2 Calm Minds. I think he has 3 now. I'm not even sure. I haven't been counting. The Toxic's starting to wear off, and he has Rest. And he has Early Bird, which I didn't even know that Early Bird worked when you rest. I thought it was always 3. So I just subbed there because I thought he'd definitely start attacking. And then I misclick and hit Roost. That was actually a definite misclick, and that totally sucks. But now he's awake again. He gets another Calm Mind, and he woke up after like 2 turns. So that really stings because I can't Toxic Stall him anymore, and like my physical attacker is down. So unless I predict him to rest, and I switch into Cradily and Stone Edge, and then Stone Edge hits, I'm in kind of deep crap. So last time he was around this health, he used Rest, but also last time he was Toxic, so I'm not really sure what he wants to do. And I just decided to stay in with Articuno, and I just went for Toxic now. And now here I'm hoping 100% that he just goes for Rest, because he should. Last time he did. I'm not really sure what his thought process is if he doesn't. So I go into Ampharos because I don't really want to waste my Cradily quite yet. And it actually turns out to work favorably for me because he goes for Heat Wave, I guess kind of predicting Cradily to come in. Or maybe he was just trying to hit Articuno for something super effective, which I guess that would work as well. So now I'm going to go into Cradily because I can't let him get up on any more Calm Minds. And who knows, maybe I'll be able to live a hit. He decides to go for Stab Psychic for some reason. I'm not too sure why. Maybe I guess because Heat Wave has a 10% chance to miss, and he didn't want to do that. Thankfully, my Stone Edge hits. I lived at 22 HP, which is freaking awesome. That definitely saves the match, and that's definitely going to hinder him. So I'm just going to leave my Cradily in there as death fodder, because honestly, with a Choice Band, it's kind of useless. And that Night Slash manages to finish me off. So I'm going to go to Articuno now, and I'm going to take another half damage from Stealth Rock, which honestly, that sucks. I'm going to go for a sub, because I don't really care if he switches or if he Night Slashes. Night Slash isn't going to do dog dirt, and I'm going to be able to hit him back with a stab, super effective Ice Beam if he decides to stay in, which he does. However, this does lead to a very interesting finale here. I believe we're both on our last guys. I might have another one waiting in the wings, I'm not too sure, I haven't been counting. But he's going to trace my pressure, so we are both going to be pressure PP stalling each other. And that really stinks, so I'm definitely going to have to be careful with my Ice Beams. I go for one right off the bat because I figure, well, this is my best chance, I may as well try right away. And obvious protect is obvious, so I'm going to go for a Roost. He does protect, which is awesome, and I'm going to get my health all the way back up, and I'm going to speed this part up quite a bit because it's actually kind of stally. I'm just trying to Toxic Stall him, and he's trying to PP stall me out of Ice Beams, and hopefully he's going to try and start fighting back before the Toxic starts to really wreck him, which it already is kind of, sort of. So he predicts me to not attack him, which turns out to be the right play, and yeah, it's just a lot of Toxic Stalling, and it's kind of boring to watch, and kind of boring to talk about, so. However, at the end of the day, because Articuno is such a special monster, I am going to be able to finish him off with the Toxic, even though I don't have any more Ice Beams, so that is going to be good game, which is, I guess it was a good game. It was kind of really hacksy, like, we had the 2 crits. I would have swept with Ampharos if he didn't get a crit, and he could have potentially done a ton of damage with that, what do you call it, that Zangoose, had I not critted it, so, that was really fun. I definitely enjoyed myself. Thanks to both Devil and Tubes for playing me NU, and, my goal by the end of the summer was to beat Scott in a battle in NU, because he always beats my ass in NU, and I just want to get him once. However, with the new RU tier from Smogon, I think I'm actually going to try and just get really good at that in 5th gen, and potentially just become a beast at that. So I want to thank you all for watching. I'm sorry I haven't been here, but life is kind of more important than Pokemon at this stage of the game. Hopefully this can hold you over, and hopefully the PokeMoshPitBeta battles will hold you over until I can make a full return on my new computer whenever that gets here. It might even be here by the time you see this, who knows. So I will see you guys then.